Gentlemen of the media, we're back with the Orlando Pirates head coach for the second half of the post-match press conference. Coach, if you just may give us a brief summary of the match from your perspective.
Good evening or afternoon. I don't know. I don't like to say the best or the second best or the third best, but one of our best performances in the first half here in Orlando, playing at home, I think. And yeah, it's football, and in a situation that we defend very bad, we allow the opponent to get the lead. But I think our first half was I'll say 2-0 performance, perhaps. Plenty of entrances to the box, possibilities, shots, corners, forcing the opponent to defend in the limit also in some occasions, especially after 30-35 minutes. And yeah, we were lucky to score the goal. I think it was in a second action, in a set piece, in a rebound, and we managed to calm down a bit, at least to the halftime. But the halftime we knew that we were playing good enough. The things were going as we planned. We managed to adjust only one detail in the second half. It was again a fantastic contribution from the players coming from the bench. It's one of the keys in the last months when we see the results that we are getting, the contribution of the whole group, not only the ones who are starting. And I think we deserve the goal. It came in a isolated action, one ball to the space, one of the balls that we were trying to play during the whole game. And yeah, I think overall good performance, and very well deserved 3 points, and very important 3 points for us.
Now open for questions from the floor. Please by a show of hands, identify yourself as well as the media company you represent.
Buenas tardes, Coach. Coach, Kamkhano Mokhale here from YFM. Coach, how do you keep your players sharp? I mean, going into this game, bearing in mind that last week you played 120 minutes plus penalty. So coming into this game, keeping your players sharp mentally, physically, so that they can go all out and get the victory.
I think there's usually two factors. One is the way they train and the way they take care of themselves. Not only the time that we spend together, also the recovery, the way they in general they take care of themselves, resting, all of those things that nowadays in professional football helps a lot and can make a difference, especially when we are going to a tight schedule now. And then the second, obviously, is the results. When you are doing the effort, but you get the result, you don't feel your legs. You know, in a couple of days, you just want more. It's difficult to deal with the tight schedule when the results are bad and you are not really optimistic facing the next one. Then it's much more difficult to deal. Good for us. We go into the last part of the season, like I said 1 week ago, in a very good moment, and it's yeah, we feel very confident and strong in this moment, and we don't want to stop.
I'm assuming we're out of questions. Okay. Noted over here.
Coach, Sia from Kickoff. Coach, I just want to ask on the emergence of Sandy Lemteto, a player who's spent the last few seasons out on loan. This season he's getting a chance in the team. He's proving to be reliable. What have you made of his growth so far, and potentially how high can you see him going?
The players improve because they want to improve. That's the first thing that you need, and we're glad that we have a group where everybody is trying to progress, to get integrated in the team dynamics, and that's the key in the end. If we speak about every of our players, I think there's many who are improving from our point of view. The one that you mentioned, it's one of those cases. We are so happy to see him performing because, like I said, things happen every week. We need to replace players. Sometimes we manage to have a period of continuity, but now, for example, for this game, we couldn't repeat the start 11. And if a player is coming suddenly to the start 11 and is performing in the level that he did today, it means that he's training well, he's involved, and that's something that we as a group, as a coaches, we feel very, very proud of them.
Coach, obviously there was a lot of talk in the build-up to this game about the impressive performances of Nkosi Lodge coming back into the team. How much is the blow just to see him injured again?
No dramas. You're forcing me to talk about an individual player and about injuries, which is not my strength and favorite scenario. But Lodge, it's an important player. It goes without saying. But again, you see today the group taking the responsibility and performing well. We're hoping to see him back as soon as possible. And actually, I think it's a minor thing, but it happens too close to the game, so we didn't have a margin to solve it. So, but yeah, happy with him because he's finding joy in the games and during the weeks, and we all get benefit of that, obviously.
Joseph from Sport. Coach, I just look at the form that your team is actually hitting now, but the unfortunate part is that in the league structure it's less than 4 games to go. It's about 4 games to go. How do you then preserve this form going into the rest of the other competitions that you still have to play? I mean, you still have got a cup game, and then there's a break after the season is done, and people are expecting this. Is this the way that you would love your team to play, looking at the form where they are now, like rightfully saying, every player that comes in does the job on the day? How do you go about that problem, or the challenge rather?
Problem? What's the problem? The challenge. The challenge is nice. I want to find myself every season, in this moment of the season, fighting for important things, for the possibility to get more titles for this club. So we embrace the moment. We really, want to stay in this moment for as much as possible. And again, the key it's that the players want. They want, and they want every day, and they are making my life very difficult to select the 20, to select the 11, because we have many players ready to perform, not only in the squad. One thing is being in the squad, other thing is being ready to perform, and we are very lucky that we have a lot of options every week to design and to execute our game plan before and during the game, like we did it today. If I don't have the level of players that I have on the bench, probably it doesn't matter how good are my ideas as a coach. It's always much more difficult to change what's going to happen in the end of the game. But we have excellent players in every position, and that's why they come in and they can contribute and make an impact. And that's the way we want to continue. Feel that we are a group, that we want to achieve something together, and that motivation will push us until the end. We cannot guarantee we're going to get the result every single week, but it's a fact, and it's clear that we're going to fight bad until the end to get what we want.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
7 games, winning streak. When you look at this game, I think in 5 of these matches you've scored more than 1 goal. I guess this is the kind of performance that you're looking at, especially to close the season possibility of Nedbank Cup final and also consolidating your spot in number 2?
Yeah, I do. To be honest, I have the feeling this week and today, especially the whole day before the game, that we're going to perform very well today. Because I'm watching the team every day. I know them, and I have that feeling that today we're gonna play a good game. We're gonna play good football. Then we got that punch of their goal, but still we managed to immediately react and keep, expressing that we want. And that makes me feel very optimistic one more time. And now we are a bit more lucky that we managed to capitalize more frequent than before. And then, like I said weeks ago, suddenly we look better players, better team, better coach. Everything is fine. But yeah, it's a game. We will do everything in order to continue in the same level. And yeah, this is the momentum that we were looking for, and it came now. So,
final 3 questions. Kevin, take us.
Sometimes, Coach, an insinuation is made that goals must come from strikers. In the modern day, we've seen how attackers also contribute, but not focus on an individual player. But as the coach, what goes into mind for you when an attacker reaches double figures in a season when maybe there were a lot of questions asked about the forwards at Paris?
About the
forwards.
Well, I think we have to talk about something. If we score few goals, then we talk about it. If we concede too many goals, we're gonna talk about. One day, if I don't do any sub, you're gonna ask me why. So there's always something to talk. I think we are. I don't know. I'm honest here, but I think we are the team who is scoring more goals in 2023. Am I right? It's the same players. We're using pretty much the same players. 30 minutes, 60, 90, one is starting, other one is more or less the same. Everybody's contributing. We put the focus and the attention in those figures, in who is scoring, but we have to see also who is giving the last pass or the second last pass. Sometimes it's even more important. So that's the most difficult part, is the last touch in this game, is to put the ball there in the net. That's why the clubs pay a lot of money for those ones who have the ability to do it. And but we have many. But like I said, sometimes we are just not lucky enough. But we are creating enough. We're still creating, and we spoke early in the season about the amount of chances that we create and how many chances we missed. But yeah, let's continue with the same confidence that the guys have in this moment.
Coach, it was obviously, like you said in the first half, a very dominating performance. I think, especially on the Otto Mahela side, at all times they had two players available to pass. They had Kize like on ice for long stages. But aren't you a little bit frustrated that they're not taking advantage of all this good possession in the final third, and perhaps even scoring even more goals?
No, frustration is not the word. I'm not coming. Is from where you start. I mean, I'm not coming to the games thinking that we're gonna win 5-0, and if we are not 5-0 in the halftime, then I will get frustrated. I know how difficult we played a good game against Supersport. We only scored in 1 penalty after 70 minutes. We play. Poor first half not long time ago here against Maritzburg. Suddenly Saleng is shooting from nowhere and the ball is in the net. It's a very complicated game, and you have to control a lot of things to get the result. But I'm not frustrated because I know how much it takes. We have to work a lot to create one chance, to to make sure that that chance that we are creating is not going to be a transition immediately after that we have a balance, I think is one of the keys in this moment for us, and probably the main change in the second part of the season. That now we have the capacity to play more time in the half of the opponent, and when you play more time in the half of the opponent, your probabilities to score increase, etc., etc., etc.
On that note, we've reached the conclusion of our post-match press conference.